Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Cass, and this is going to be my first video based on a series that I plan to do on how to build gods correctly and how to play them and different strategies you can use. This is for the Xbox version, not the PC, so this is for my Xbox guys that are just getting into the game or anything like that and you want to learn how to play. This will be for you. Keep in mind I am going to be using probably mostly my diamond characters, but I can do some other ones that I'm skilled with. First video will be based on Chaac. This is Chaac, the God of Rain, and basically a lot of people say he sucks. I disagree. I think he's excellent. He does lack a little utility, but we'll go over that. Basically, so I see a lot of people building Chaac wrong, but in my opinion, there's three different ways to build him. Number one is you can build him as a straight tank, where he's the beefy. Number two is you can build him more power, where your abilities do a lot of damage. You're less beefy, and you can probably get ganked a lot easier. And number three is a troll build I like to do. It's like Ninja Chaac. Basically attack speed crit, whatever, which is just a troll build. Never do it unless you're just fucking around and you're facing noobs. So, well, we'll go over the build. This is the main build. I'm only going to cover the main build because I don't have enough time to do all of them. So, the main build you want to do is when you're starting with Chaac, you get Bluestone. Bluestone's actually going to get nerfed, but for now, we'll just go with Bluestone. And from here on out, depending on what you're facing in the lane, you can either go boots, or you can go into a Runeforge first. Runeforge hammer, right here. Or you can go a mystical mail. Now that really just depends on what you want to do with the situation. My personal opinion is I like to go more of a damager build slash hybrid of a tank. So I start with boots, just so my X, or your first ability, which you shoot a hammer, and that does more damage and clears the wave faster. If you don't have that, then you're going to be clearing the wave a lot slower and you're going to get pushed back on your tower. Also, you can go Mystical Mail, like I showed you before. It's a great item too, but it's going to take a lot longer to get, and it's going to help you push the wave, but that's only if you get ahead. If you get ahead of the other solo laner, then you go Mystical Mail. If you don't get ahead, then go just Boots, because then you're going to need to come back from that. So basically, you want to go Boots into a Runeforge or a mystical at that point, depending on what you want to do. Like, again, it depends on if you're ahead of them, and by ahead I mean like ahead of gold, and like you're maybe one level ahead of them or whatever. If you're doing a really good job in your lane, you can go mystical. Otherwise, just go with a standard Runeforge. From there on out, I like to go into a Frostbound. What this is going to allow you to do is, like, look, you have 3 items plus Bluestone, and I already have 3,000 health at level 20. You're already tanky. So basically at this point, I'm actually just going to give it a Bluestone. Just don't even use that, because that's the first item you want to get. Anyways, this is a build. So boots, Runeforge, and then you want to get Frostbound into a Midgardian. And from Midgardian, you can go, if they have really heavy magical and you're getting hurt, go with a Heartward. The reason why you want to go with Heartward is because it gives you 300 health, 60 magical protections against mages, and it gives you an aura, which gives you 20 physical protections, and that scales and stacks with Runeforge. So 15% of your physical protections is converted to power, and this gives you an aura for 20 physical protections. So this is by far the best item for magical you can get, because it scales both ways. So you get that, and then from there on out, you can just go into like if they have slows and you're being slowed a lot, you can go into a Wing Blade, which is awesome. It gives you 300 health, 10% cooldown, 10% attack speed, 10% movement speed, and when you're hit by a slow, you're immune to slows, and you speed up by 20% for 4 seconds. It is one of the best items in the game. I highly recommend it. With this build, you're going to be doing a lot less damage, but your job as a warrior and as Chaac in general is not damage. Your job is control and to harass. And what that means is, this is now we're going to get into tactics. Most people build Chaac and they expect to go in there and just, you know, bam, I'm gonna fucking crit your face off, I'm gonna destroy you, but that's not what Chaac's good at, right? Chaac is not like other warriors like Bellona or Osiris who are aggressive. He's more of just an in-your-face, beefed-up tank frontliner. He's there to soak up damage. That's why you want Midgardian. So the hunters hit you, they're hitting you and hitting you and hitting you, and between Midgardian and Frostbound, their attack speed is slowed like shit, and they're gonna be shooting like very slow pace, and they're gonna hurt you for like nothing. Basically, you want to make the hunter and the mage miserable. You have Frostbound Hammer, you're going to get in their face and you're going to fuck them up. You're just going to keep hitting them, autoing them, slowing them down. They can't do nothing but auto attack you back, which they're going to fuck themselves over doing that. Or they're going to have to run away from you, right? But they can't slow you or anything because you have Wing Blade too. You're just going to get up in their face, you're going to hit them like this, you're going to hit them. You're going to pop your rain, you're going to slow them down with that and Frostbound, which it doesn't stack, but I'm just saying it in general. Or what you could do is you can just get up on them and just drop a hammer into it all immediately, silence the whole group. Your job is to get up in the group and just make their lives hell. Like you thrive in team fights. Anytime there's a team fight at Gold Fury or Fire Giant, you want to be right up in the heart of it, right up in the middle. Just run up in there. You and the support, just run up in there. You're the frontliners. You get in there and you start beating the crap out of them. You don't attack targets like the supports, please. That is not your job. Just ignore them. Your job is to make the life of the hunter and the mage miserable. You can probably attack the assassin as well, but it's going to be tricky catching them. But definitely get up on the hunters, get up on the mages. Just be all over them, be aggressive. Just be a tank. Your job is the tank. And you're going to be doing a lot of damage to them too, because they don't have defenses. You got to remember, mages and hunters are squishy. They don't build any kind of protections. You're going to be squishy, so you're damaged. You don't even need any kind of pen. You don't need Titan's Bane. You don't need nothing. You're just going to be up in their face. You have 4k health almost, and you're going to be wailing on them. Right? Your job is just to be super annoying, super aggressive, and take a buttload of damage. So with that, you can get into actives. For actives, sometimes you can go sprint if you want to be up in their face, and if you're having a hard time being kited. You're almost always going to have Hog. Usually I get Fist of the Gods for a stun. What that does is it's an AoE stun. You drop it on a team, and it stuns everybody in the direction. Or if you're doing a one-on-one, you can stun them and then kill them or whatever. So you're almost always, 95% of the time, you're going to have Hand of the Gods, which is this. Almost always, right? So then you eventually get it to Fist of the Gods. That leaves up a second item. You can go Shielded on the World if you're having a lot of trouble with hunters, but it's not really necessary because it's kind of counterproductive because you have Frostbound, which slows by 15% on their attack speed. Then you have Midgardian, which slows 30% when they hit you, like a chance to proc it. So they're going to be shooting you slow, so popping a Shielded on the World, they're not like hitting themselves that much. It's not getting good returns, right? So you can go it if you're really having trouble, but I wouldn't really recommend it. What you can do is get in the Feebling or Weakening. I almost always get Weakening. Weakening is godly. You could get Beads too if they have a lot of stuns and shit like that. You can get Beads so you can get out of it safely. But at this point, you're so tanky, like you shouldn't be fearing that kind of stuff anyway. And your ult gives you immunity, see? So if somebody pops like Ares pops chains on you, you could ult out of it. There's so many things you could do with your ult, like people don't realize it. But I like to get Weakening for the team. Like I said, you just get up in their face, you go right into a team fight at the Fire Giant, you axe them, you slow the whole area. Now everybody in the area is slow. You're all over the team, you're on the hunters, you pop your ult, you smash down, silence everybody. You pop a Weakening curse on everybody, they're all slow, they can't heal. Like your job is just to be a beast and be a beast tank, right? So that's really that. That's how I build Chaac. That's how I like to build them. I normally don't get Mystical Mail. You can do it on him. I don't prefer it. I prefer getting Mystical Mail on like Tier or just people like that. I just don't feel like Mystical Mail is really that great on Chaac. I mean, it's good on anybody really. You can even get it on Bologna, but there's just so many better items that suit them. Because Mystical Mail, like, it's good, but Chaac doesn't need it. Like, he pretty much one-shots the wave. Like, say there's a minion wave, you're gonna shoot your axe, hit them all, and then you're gonna circle them, and they're all dead. Why do you need Mystical Mail? Like, to bully the other warrior or something, I guess. I guess that kind of helps, but, like, the item's so expensive, and then late game it sucks because it hits for, like, 20, 25 magical damage on a guy that has, like, you know, 3k health. It's not gonna do shit. But, I like to get it on other warriors. I don't really like getting on Chaac. Sometimes I fuck around and get it on Chaac when I'm playing like Siege or something, but normally I don't get it on him. You can. It's not bad. It's just a different playstyle. I don't like it. I like getting the Runeforge and the Midgardian. I am a huge fan of the Midgardian meta. Basically, it's Frostbound and Midgardian. It's the double slow procking. You're procking the Frostbound on the Hunter or whatever, and the Midgardian's procking as well when he hits you. Slowing down his attack speed is just so much better. I don't really get higher than Nemean Lion. I think Midgardian is so much better, especially when stacked with Frostbound. Also, when you get the Runeforge Hammer, all the physical protections you get from Runeforge and Midgardian scale into your attack damage. And then the Heart Ward, obviously, for magical. You don't have to go Heart Ward if you don't have any kind of like problems with the mages in the team or whatever, and they're not really like hurting you that much. You can get rid of either get rid of this or not even pick it up at all. That gives you so many more options. Like you can go into a Jotuns if you need, you know, faster CDR. If you want to get your ult back faster, your heal back faster, you can get a Jotuns. If you're having problems whether people are tanky, which you shouldn't, but if you do, you can get a Titan's Bane. You don't have to get a Heart Ward amulet because you're gonna be so tanky. Like I got rid of Heart Ward, and I still have 3,600 health. You're still gonna be a tank. So you don't have to get Heart Ward. It's just if you want to be a little extra tanky, and if there's a mage on a team that's blowing your team up and stuff, and you want to be in this face and stuff without taking too much damage, get a Heart Ward. Or a Pestilence if they have a healer. You can grab Pestilence as well. You could go into a Stone of Gaia, but again, why go Stone of Gaia when you can get a Heart Ward, which gives you physical protections as well? Unless, of course, your tank, your support has a Heart Ward already, then you don't need it. But usually you can work it with the support where he won't get it and you'll get it instead as a team. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can work the logistics out with your team. But that's the basics. I mean, if you really need to, like I said, if you get rid of Heart Ward, there's so many options you could do. You can get a Spear Robe, which gives you cooldown and defense. And 15% damage whenever you're CC'd. Or if you have a lot of problems being CC'd, you get a Magi's. Now, like Geb's ult won't stop you, or any kind of ults or anything like that. It's just more tanky, more beefy. You have 4k health practically. Like, there's so many options. You don't have to go Heart Ward. The other items, I definitely recommend. You do not want to skip out on any of the items that I recognize right there. Definitely want those items. With Wingblade, you're so fast. You move really quick. That and Boots. You're just moving all over really fucking fast. You can't be slowed. You're all over the target. You can slow them back, and you can't be slowed. You're just all over them. You're a tank. So basically, that's how I play Chaac. I play him really aggressive, really tanky, and up in your face, and people hate me for it. And everybody says that I play a mean Chaac. It's not that the God's bad. Yeah, that he's lacking in his kit, but his kit is fun, and there is a lot of stuff you can do. And he's definitely viable for high competitive play. Anybody that says so, I think, is an idiot, like DM Brandon. Basically, I mean, a lot of pros play him in high play, too. Yeah, there's probably better picks, but Chaac is a safe pick, and that's what makes him so good. He doesn't really get countered by anybody, but he doesn't actually counter anybody either. He's kind of like, oh, I don't know what they're going to pick, let me pick Chaac, just to be safe. And you can be there for team fights, you can be aggressive, and you can just, you know, do what you got to do. So this concludes my tutorial on Chaac. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be making another one soon. I don't know what god I'll probably do next. I may think about maybe tier or something. I'll surprise you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys play Chaac and enjoy him like I do. Thank you.